Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
I don't know about you guys, but these press conferences are starting to slap. I don't know, man. Whenever I heard there's going to be a press conference about anything wrestling, I always thought like, nah, they're just going to be out here talking. It's not going to mean anything. Triple H is just going to be talking about the booking. Maybe they'll break kayfabe and all that, but I didn't expect them to be so integral to how the event is going to be enjoyed since these things are started happening, like especially the one for the WrestleMania one where we had The Rock and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That whole thing was so good. It built up so much tension. It was so good. It added another layer to the story. The last time I remember even watching a press conference, and I was not even watching, it was when LA Knight first got his LA Knight pops. I think it was in Jeddah and somewhere in the Middle East. I'm not sure which one it is. But that press conference literally built LA Knight to who he is right now. Before the press conference, nobody was chanting LA Knight in unison with everyone else. But since that press conference, people started to jump on that bandwagon. I mean, now, maybe LA Knight is dope, you know what I mean? I'm starting to think that these press conferences show the WWE or show people how each superstar is actually very big. Side notes, there's these backstage interests that they've started doing. They're actually dope. I was watching a video by a guy saying that WWE has started presenting the products a bit better, differently by adding those walk-ins like big sports events, different angles, and giving it a real sports type of feel. And I saw that today. I'm like, no, it makes sense. Like, it's actually very dope. Then we got Grayson Waller having the biggest pop. I didn't know. You know these press conferences, man. I've said press conference like 10 times already. But these things can bring out so much attention to other people. Because now Grayson Waller is just an Austin Theory bro, but kind of sidekick in a way. And what we saw in Australia is him getting literally a babyface pop. And even, I wouldn't even say a better babyface pop. I would even say Grayson Waller got a bigger pop than almost anybody in that whole lineup. I might be lying, but yeah. But he was also able to get a Sinner Sucks chance. And I'm just like, yo, in what world are we getting a Sinner Sucks? In other countries. Now, I know if Sinner's music hits, people are going to go crazy. But it's always good to have someone have that amount of control with an audience. I know it's home time, whatever, but you gotta appreciate how good the crowd was able to react to this man. Anyways, they also brought out Triple H, who I believe deserved a bigger pop than the one he got. But anyways, he went on to talk about Grayson, and he has a bigger pop too. When you mentioned Grayson, he got a pop, but I don't know what they were doing. I'm sure I think they were chanting Grayson, but I'm not sure about that, whatever. He also talked about Seth, and they started singing, and they said, no, hold yourself, like pump the brakes, you're going to be singing, it's coming, right? And then they tried to get a Cody because Cody's not going to be here. I'm sure people are disappointed in that. But yeah, I don't know, he's in a flight and got delayed, commitments like that. He tried to get a and then it was so funny because the first time that they pushed it so much, like I'm not sure, like to be fair, it's interesting how they were able to come back with the better lyrics and just not drag it on. But the war was alright. They then mentioned the women's chamber contestant, and out of all those girls, Tiffany Stratton got the biggest pop for me. I really love Tiffany Stratton. You can watch some of her videos, you'll see that I actually love this woman. But it is so interesting to see a heel or someone who's like so recent as a collab. She's from NXT. She's very recent, but she's getting one of the biggest pops in the whole events. I want to say maybe the second biggest pop in the whole events. But people love that lady, man. And then everyone else got that except for Raquel. Raquel got some boost, man. I don't know why, but she got some boost because Raquel is amazing. Maybe they wanted someone else to win. Who knows? But anyways. And then he mentioned Nia, who they just booed out of nowhere. And I really think Nia should actually be elevated to Roman Reigns level. I'm not gonna lie to you, but whatever. They mentioned Rhea, of course, they lost their minds. It's Mami, number one. Number two, she's from Australia. And then he mentioned the men's chamber match contestants, and the person who got the biggest pop here, I would say was Drew, but he also got that LA Knight. Yeah, it's so cool how people everywhere understand that whenever you say LA Knight, you're not supposed to just cheer. You're supposed to say, yeah, that's pretty amazing. Who said LA Knight would lose this momentum? Who said that? LA Knight is still up and is going to win something maybe this year or next year. Shout out to LA Knight. Shout out to Australia, actually. Then, of course, said coming out, doing his normal stick, clowning on Roman a little bit, and then just saying, no, guys, we out here, we're going to be in the Grayson Waller effect, and you know what I mean? Seth did his stuff, and they sang a little bit. They didn't sing that much, but they sang a little bit, but he did his thing as a world champion. Shout out Seth again, though, right? We got Grayson coming back, and just Australia just losing their minds with this guy, and talking about beer with Corey Graves and Michael Cole, and them just chanting beer. It's just, I don't know, we love beer, something like that. It was hilarious. And then Grayson Waller did something that I was so weird because I was in the car at the time. And then when he said, guys, something serious, I wanted to acknowledge our trouble chief. I was literally in the car raising my hand. Like, I don't like this is getting to an obsessive state at this point. Why am I raising my hand in the car while it's moving, man? It's like this is super. Anyways. So then we got Kevin Owens coming out, and Kevin Owens has a good reception, you know, when he talked his stuff. We got people named the contestants, and we got who we expected to get a pop there, and then Logan Paul obviously not getting a pop and all that. And then out comes Randy Orton, who always gets pops everywhere because it's Randy Orton. And then I think Randy Orton went very face in this. I shout out to him, and especially with him saying his first international tour was in Australia. Shout out to Randy Orton, man. Man, he's not going to win the thing, but if he won, it would just be a horrible, it will make sense. But who is he going to be fighting at WrestleMania? Because he has to be at WrestleMania. So I'm a little bit worried about all that, but because Randy Orton is like one of the people who have pull in the whole world and interviews and all that. Anyways, and then we got to Logan Paul coming out to booze. But Logan Paul, man, I whenever I hear Logan Paul or see Logan Paul, I'm just like, man, this man just fits into WWE so well. Man, I started YouTube long ago because of Logan Paul and Jake Paul doing those send-it videos. You know, those things used to be extremely entertaining to me. So it's so good to see him in a sport that I love the most, which is wrestling. It's just like it's transitioning to everywhere I want to. Next time it's going to be in anime, and then that's just going to make me love him at that point. I don't know. I think anyway. So then he went hard on Australia. People were booing, but then, you know, people are like fucking with him and like that. It's just such a good call-up. It's just such a good thing. They're obviously going to be fighting together at WrestleMania. I think maybe Logan Paul is going to lose at WrestleMania. Then maybe going to, I don't know, but whatever. Right? Then we got the women where we started off with Bianca Belair, and I really believe, now look, man, Bianca Belair is really over, bro. Like, I would even say, I might make a video about this too. I want to say Bianca Belair is one of the biggest women's wrestlers in history. I wouldn't even say in history, because I don't know why, but Bianca Belair is massive, bro. It's actually like I take it for granted how massive she is. But when she was talking about Tiffany Stratton, people popped. We got those Tiffany time. I was like, man. Like, did Tiffany Stratton really know people love her this much? Like, people really fuck with her. I love her. I'm in love with her, so I get it, right? Tiffany Stratton came out, people were just saying Tiffany, it's just like, and then she had to be a heel. But even then, after being that, after clowning on Australia, we got Becky Lynch coming out to a pop, obviously. Becky Lynch is like top 5 probably. Then she was like, hey, yo, this girl, whatever it is, it's my time. And she said, nah, it's Tiffany time. And people, after clowning them, they still chanted Tiffany time. They was like, you know how it is. WWE is doing so well. It's doing so well, bro. Kind of light. Like it's as if a few years back we were all complaining about the products, but shout out to them. Then you got Nia Jax's promo, and again, I'm still gonna say that Nia Jax is supposed to be pushed to the moon. Nia Jax is the most. WWE should never drop a ball on Nia Jax. No matter what people say, Nia Jax can be built up. No matter how many people boo her, rather, she cannot at this moment be put back in any non-prominent position. She's amazing, bro. Like, she could, I don't know. Then Rhea came out to obviously an obvious pop. People love her, and she got the crowd popping, right? Let's talk shit about each other. Talk about mommies, which is just like, and that whole interview they did and like SmackDown on Raw. I mean, and it was just like whatever. But then I thought they were gonna fight because I don't know, in these press conferences they don't usually fight, but they need to add some fighting. We ended the show with the shoey, right, when they were drinking beer out of the shoe, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's weird, but whatever, man. It's his culture is culture. You can't say anything bad, right? Then I would say I'm extremely interested to see how this thing pans out. These press conferences have really got me, man. They can make a press conference about anything now, about NXT. I think people will go hard. I'll just, like, you know what I mean? Do more super UFC like shout outs. You know what I mean? Shout out to WWE.